The water was still that morning. No wind, no rain, just the silent breath of Scotland hanging above the surface of Loch Ness. It was January 29th, the first clear day after a long gray winter stretch. A visitor stood by Dores Beach, camera in hand, when something beneath the surface moved. At first it looked like a ripple. Then a darker shape began to form. A slow shifting mass gliding just below the waterline. For a brief moment, the lens caught it, one photograph. A black shape, where no shadow should have been. It became the first official sighting of 2025. A new entry in a story that refuses to die. They said the conditions that day were perfect. Calm water, no glare, no fog. Perfect for seeing what shouldn't be seen. But what exactly did they see?
Loch Ness stretches more than 30 kilometers through the Highlands, a ribbon of dark water, deeper than the North Sea itself. Visibility below the surface can drop to zero within meters. Since the 6th century, the locals have told stories. Monks writing of a creature that rose from the deep. Fishermen whispering of shapes longer than their boats. And in the modern age, photographs, sonar hits, ripples without cause. Every generation gets its sighting, its proof, its mystery. But the latest photo, this dark mass beneath Dores Beach, feels different, sharper, clearer, and perhaps more believable. Do you think legends survive because they're true, or because we need them to be? The unnamed visitor submitted the image to the Loch Ness Center in Drumnadrochit. Investigators confirmed the file's metadata, the date, the location, the unedited frame. No evidence of digital tampering. In the photo, you can see the texture of the water, still, glass smooth. And beneath it, a dark oval, perhaps 4 meters long. Some say it's a log, others a current shadow. But there's one unsettling detail. The light shifts around it, as if something solid lies beneath the surface. Experts call it an interesting anomaly. Believers call it something else. And as the image spreads online, the debate begins again. Is Nessie back? Or did she ever leave? Loch Ness hides more than 230 meters of cold, black water. Sonar can vanish into the sediment. Echoes return, distorted. In recent years, scientists collected over 250 DNA samples from the lake. Most were fish, birds, insects, common life. But a few could not be identified. Unclassified sequences, unknown origin, and one prevailing theory, a massive eel species that may explain the sightings. Yet not everyone believes that. Some sonar readings show objects larger than any eel could be, moving slowly. If something truly lives down there, could it have survived unseen for centuries? Or are we simply seeing our own reflection in the water's darkness? The Loch Ness Center remains cautious. They document, they catalog, but they never declare discovery. They've learned the hard way. Truth in this lake comes in fragments. Locals talk about silent nights when the water heaves without wind, about sounds like distant breathing echoing through the valley. One researcher described it best. Loch Ness doesn't hide a monster. It is the monster. It swallows light. It distorts sound. And it makes you question what you saw, even when you were sure. If you saw something impossible, would you tell anyone? Or would you keep it, buried deep, like the loch itself? I've never walked those shores myself, but I believe the mystery of Loch Ness deserves more credit than it's often given. For centuries, the same story has resurfaced, told in different ways by different people, but always with the same quiet conviction. In 565 AD, the monk Saint Columba wrote of a creature that rose from the river and turned back only when commanded in the name of faith. In 1933, a road worker claimed to have seen a vast body rolling through the water near Invermoriston. And in 2014, Sonar picked up a shape nearly 20 meters long, moving just beneath the surface. Too many lifetimes. Too many eyes on the same dark water. Maybe not every sighting was real, but maybe not all of them were mistakes either. Because legends don't survive on fantasy alone. They endure when something, however small, keeps feeding them truth. And perhaps that's what we're really chasing in the depths of Loch Ness. Not a monster, but a reminder that mystery itself still lives among us. Some theories drift deeper than the surface itself. That what hides in Loch Ness may not be new at all, but something impossibly old. A relic of the age of giants. A creature that swam when the world was young, before humans had names for fear. In the 1930s, when the legend first spread worldwide, some scientists whispered a daring idea that the monster might be a plesiosaur, a marine reptile thought to have vanished 65 million years ago. They said maybe, just maybe, one survived the ice, trapped as the glaciers withdrew, sealed away in this deep, dark trench of fresh water. Later, sonar expeditions caught glimpses of vast moving shapes, long, sleek forms sliding through the abyss, echoes of something that didn't fit any modern profile. Skeptics say it's impossible. A plesiosaur couldn't live here, not in these cold, fresh waters. No ecosystem could sustain it. But the myth persists, because part of us wants it to be true. To think that the last survivor of the age of monsters might still move beneath the Highland mist, alone, patient, waiting. And if that's even remotely possible, then maybe the story of Loch Ness isn't just about what's been seen, but what time itself refuses to let die. Beyond the hills to the west lies another body of water, Loch Morar, darker, quieter, and even deeper than Loch Ness. Its depth reaches more than 1,000 feet. So deep that light itself seems to give up halfway down. And like Loch Ness, it too has a legend. Locals call her Morag, the silent twin of the monster of the north. Reports stretch back to the late 1800s. A dark-backed form breaking the surface, a neck rising, vanishing. And in 1969, 2 fishermen claimed their boat struck something alive, forcing them to defend themselves with oars. For scientists, Loch Morar serves as a mirror, a way to measure how deep these legends run. But for believers, it's proof that the mystery isn't confined to one lake, but perhaps an entire chain of forgotten waters. If something ancient truly hides beneath Scotland's lochs, maybe it doesn't live in one place at all. Maybe it moves between them.
So far, no one has identified the black mass in the January 2025 photograph. The file remains open, catalogued, unverified, unresolved. But like every legend that refuses to sink, Loch Ness reminds us how thin the line is between what's explained and what's imagined. Maybe the truth is somewhere beneath those waters, too deep for science, too old for myth to let go. So tell me, do you believe something still moves beneath the surface of Loch Ness? Or has the monster been in our minds all along? If you enjoyed this story, remember to subscribe, leave a comment, and share your thoughts about what might still be waiting below. Because every story, every legend, lives a little longer when someone dares to believe. You've been watching Backtales stories from the dark corners of the earth, where the truth still hides beneath the surface. Stay curious and stay safe.